Hello again, I am Blunty's voice from behind the camera, and today I'm going to be talking about some iPhone camera accessories that have, well, basically they've become part of my regular kit. I rarely leave home without them anymore. The first of which is this, and I know what you're thinking. I'm a regular viewer. You're thinking, I've already seen this. You're thinking, you reviewed this already. You're thinking, you said it was a great little piece of hardware, but the software let it down. You're thinking, well, you're thinking right. But things have changed because, as I also said in that review where I said, this is awesome, the software was shit, I can't recommend it. Well, the software's been updated now, and it's addressed many of the problems that I came up with. The three main problems that that meant I could not recommend it, and they are the fact that the stills resolution was pathetically low. Well, they've fixed that now, so we'll take a still, bam. So I'll just recap here, just in case you haven't seen the original review. It's a little camera accessory, it gives you a nice firm grip on it, plugs into the accessory port, works with their software. One button for video, one button for stills, which means you don't have to switch the camera manually back and forth, and you just go, oh, still, video, still, video. Well, I just took a still of my ceiling. But yeah, you get the point. But the stills resolution was originally very, very small, but now they've fixed it, as I said, so it's full resolution now. And if you want to start the video mode, there's a slight pause while it switches resolutions, which wasn't there before, but it's still not as long as having to manually switch yourself. And the second of the three complaints I had about it was the inability to focus while you're taking video, but you can do that now, as we're looking here. So let's get it right up close, and we'll go tap, focus. Brilliant, tap, focus. It works like it bloody well should have from the start. So now, my friends, I can in fact recommend this product to you. It's still probably a bit pricier than it should be, but it is a very, very good product, and now with decent software. The third problem, by the way, which they haven't fixed, is you can't get the full 16:9 frame by double tapping anymore like you can with the proper camera app. Let's just go back into that. Whoops. Go back into that just to show you what I'm talking about. So we go video mode. Tap, tap, look, 16:9. You still can't do that with Belkin's app, which means you're filming stuff you can't see on the frame. So there may be stuff in your video that you did not intend to be in your video because you can't see how you're framing up. But aside from that, now I can absolutely give it a recommendation because they've fixed the two biggest problems. You know, you can work around that video framing thing. You can get used to sort of trying to pay attention to what's where and everything. But yeah, being able to focus and being able to take full resolution stills, the two biggest problems are now absolutely fixed. So hooray for that. So that's the number one product that comes with you most everywhere. Oh, it's got a little tripod socket on there as well, but we'll come back to that in a moment. So the next product is this little bag called Olloclip, and in here is a lens package basically for the iPhone. So that little bugger there. And on one side, you've got a wide-angle lens. On the other side, you've got a fisheye lens. And I've reviewed other fisheye lenses for the iPhone, but I love this one the best just because it doesn't rely on having a case or a magnetic attachment or anything like that. It's really, really small and very, very easy to carry, and that means it comes with me everywhere now. So basically it clips onto the corner of the iPhone like that. Let's load up the camera app again. And there we go. We got a lovely fisheye view there, which works brilliantly in video, not so much in stills because you get that vignetting around the side and very, very circular sort of effect. So let's just take a picture there so I can put it on screen for you. But yeah, the fisheye works particularly brilliantly in video mode, so it lets you just work much, much easier with the iPhone camera. And like I said before, around the other side you've got a wide-angle lens, which is not as extreme as the fisheye, so you don't get as much barreling and bending around the sides of the frame there, but you still get a nice wide frame to play with there. Works the same in video, of course, but having two wide-angle options is great. But the thing I really love about this is you can unscrew one of the lenses, the wide-angle lens, pop him down, and you're left with a macro lens, which can get you insanely close to things. So see, I was too far away, I couldn't focus in. Bam. So very, 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 I mean, miles closer than this will ever focus on its own, of course. And you practically touch things with it. But it is a brilliant little lens, and aside from being the most flexible solution I've ever found, giving me 3 lens options in one little package that I can slip in a pocket and barely know it's there until I need it, It's also one of the better built lenses I've tested for the iPhone. These lenses are very, very good. They don't introduce any unwanted distortion or aberrations or anything. They're well-made lenses. The Extreme Fisheye one does have a tendency to introduce some chromatic aberrations. If you're not sure what that term means, it means on the edges of things you can sometimes get a little bit of color bleeding, so it goes a bit blue or a bit fuzzy purple sometimes. That's not unusual to see with extreme wide-angle lenses. And here are some other examples I've been taking with the Olloclip. Like I said, it comes with me everywhere, so it gets used quite a lot. So you can get a little bit of a better idea about how much sort of barrel distortion there is in the fisheye and stuff. And when using it for video, it comes in very, very handy because, you know, sometimes you can't step back to increase your field of view and get more in the shot. Sometimes you're limited. Like when I was bushwalking here, for instance, I'm on a track. There was no way to back up the mountain to get more of the shot in shot, so I had to use the Olloclip lens, and it works brilliantly. Now we switch to the wide-angle lens, and switching over to the fisheye lens, which I love using it in video because, I used to hate fisheye lenses, but I've really come around on them lately. I'm starting to see the joy in them, frankly. One thing I will mention about this is because the gap there where the iPhone actually slots in exposes the back of the lenses, you really, really, really do want to keep this pouch. You might be tempted just to throw that in your pocket and go, oh, what the hell, throw it in your bag, oh, what the hell, but no. Dust will get in there, and because of the way it's built, it's very hard to clean the back of those lenses, so I'm often huffing air straight through there to try and clean off the dust and stuff before I realise that, you know what, I'll use a little baggie to help protect it and stop it getting filthy and useless. So yeah, the Olloclip is highly recommended. The best ancillary lens option I've come across for the iPhone so far. Now the next one is that. Now that's a GorillaPod. If you're not familiar with the GorillaPod style tripods, and I own like I think 6 of them in like 4 different sizes or something. I love them to bits. You know, you can wrap them around poles and fences and stuff, and they're very small and very light and very, very flexible, and they are practically indispensable. This is the one that they've designed for video, for small cameras. So it works just like any other Gorilla Cam does work. This one also features magnetic feet on the bottom there, and I'm looking around myself desperately now for something magnetic, maybe the sort of padlock. Yeah, there we go. So you can stick that onto metal surfaces, and they're actually quite strong magnets, so they hold very, very well. But this is designed for video, as I said, as opposed to stills, so that means we get a little pan tilt head here, which can be very handy because video is about movement, so you often want to have lovely sweeping moving pan shots or being able to tilt. So let's pop off the little brace there. See, now we're coming back to the tripod mount on that Belkin device. So I'll screw him in there. So yeah, as you can see here, this little video pan head here means I can do much smoother and more gentle panning shots than I would be able to do by hand. I mean, I've got a pretty still hand when it comes to doing this stuff by hand, but nothing quite beats the ability to have proper little pan head. I mean, it's not fantastic. It is a little bit, you know, sort of loose and wobbly, but for, you know, for something you can chuck in your bag, it's brilliant. Now, something you do have to be careful of is with a lot of cameras, if you go past a certain point, the forward rate of the camera, because there's no way to adjust the clutching power of this, will mean it gradually tilts forward. So yeah, it's not something you can just leave set up and unattended, but you know, you can use your other GorillaPods for that. You can also, by pressing a little button on the side here, adjust the position of your pan arm here. So no matter what position you're shooting from, even if you're upside down or sideways, you can get it to a point where where you can use it comfortably and it doesn't sort of knock on anything you've got it attached to or whatever. Little ball joint underneath that joint as well, so you can go sideways onto stuff if you really need to. So yeah, it's all coming to bits now. That was my fault. But yeah, so 3 accessories for my iPhone camera that I rarely go without these days: the Olloclip, the Belkin camera adapter, and the little Joby GorillaPod video. This always lives in my pocket. These 2 usually live on my bag, so whenever I've got my bag with me, I've got a lovely little photography and video taking kit for my iPhone there. I'm fully prepared for whatever happens, and being prepared is half the battle of getting some good stuff. So thanks for watching. I am Blunty, and I will catch you next time.